why they rock diamonds. I can't relate to them, man. My chick calling. I set a goal for 2 or 3 commas. 7 figures, 8 figures to 9 figures. On a slow pace to get rich quick. Same time we just think different. Cause when you make it hit different.
Been several years since I last worked a 9 to 5. Multiple streams and I ain't talking about no Spotify or Apple Music. And for Daryl killed it on the hook, it's only right you know I had to use it. Super smart but I be acting stupid. It's a big difference between talking and when you actually prove it. Entrepreneurial life, who said it's all fun and games? Clever with words, had to realize it's a numbers game. Make the money multiply, divide it, then you add it up. I don't need the carrots, I just rather get my cabbage up. If they always lowercase, that mean that leverage that. And you can never find my stash cause it's in the vault. They don't never see the grind, they see no excuses, strictly execution.
Why they party, I'm in here grinding. Money I'm stacking, why they rock diamonds. I can't relate to them, ain't my chick calling. I set a goal for 2 or 3 commas. 7 figures, 8 figures to 9 figures. On a slow pace to get rich quick. Same time we just think different. Cause when you make it hit different.
And even though I got doubters, I got a master plan. Had to make sure that the vision always matched the brand. Legit paper, never had to scan. Just know I'm Gucci like them customized pieces that's made from Dapper Dan. Forget a crib, I'm trying to grab some land. I'm independent, so I'd rather have my masters than a cash advance. I need royalties, I'm a king, royalty. I don't need your love, I'd rather just pick loyalty. Won't hesitate to put it all on the line. Ambitious, it ain't hard to define. Cause when you up, it's never hard to decline. I realize that it's all in the mind. And sacrifice is just part of the grind. Thanks. I'm still hungry though I already ate. I'm still working but I'm already great. I can't be partying late. And anybody that be calling me fake is getting curved cause my priority's straight. Go!
Why they party, I'm in here grinding. Money I'm stacking, why they rock diamonds. I can't relate to them, ain't my chick calling. I set a goal for 2 or 3 commas. 7 figures, 8 figures to 9 figures. On a slow pace to get rich quick. Same time we just think different. Cause when you make it hit different.
Yes. That was my nephew, L.A. Mars. L.A. Mars. This your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. Where's here? Right here. And let's get this Ray's Corner live. It's back in the flow. We back in the pack. We back in this thing, doing this thing again. Let's get this list. Let's get this housekeeping out the way. Hey, look, go to our YouTube page and Ray's Corner Live. Gotta hit that subscribe button. Gotta hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and hit that like button. If you on Facebook, hit that listen. Ray's Corner Live on Facebook. If you on live, hit that like button, hit that share button, the whole 9 yards. Okay, hold on. Let me I have to call you back. Okay. So look, now we're gonna get this thing going. Let's get Ray's Corner Live going at you. Hey, what's going on, my peeps? What's going on, my peeps? How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? This guy Ray come to you live all the way from here. Where it's here right here. And listen, Ray's Corner Live is back. What do we do here at Ray's Corner Live? We discuss social issues of today while creating political, economic, and entrepreneurial solutions for the African American community. Listen, I am so excited. Let me see if I get this in here. Some comment. Look, I am so excited. I am so excited, you guys. You know why? Because we're back. Now, I need to tell you something about Ray's Corner Live, right? It's under the umbrella of Exodus House LLC, but it's sponsored by Silk Financial Network. Silk Financial Network. Silk Financial Network is a merger or a combination of our Business Incubators Accelerator program and our FinTech company, where we can help set up your structure, strategy, system, and sales at the same time while building your business credit, getting you business funding, and listen, helping you to be able to give out consumer financing for your clients. And listen, we want to make sure you do all this stuff with no money down. Hey, look, we're going to officially launch our comeback of Ray's Corner Live. It's going to be Tuesday, every Tuesday, I believe it's 7 o'clock. I want to say 7 o'clock. I think it's every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Let me see what's going on over here. Anyway, okay, every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, we're going to be watching that. Give me 1 second. I want to see what I got going on over here. Did it go off? I'm still trying to figure some of this stuff out, y'all. Let me see. But anyway, while I'm working this, I want to make sure I'm up and running on my Facebook page, my Ray's Corner Live page. I know it was up there a second ago. Let me see if we're still there. Boy, I tell you. Are we still there? Okay, we're still there. All right, look. All right. So, I want to make sure you guys listen. We have our YouTube page, Ray's Corner Live. I know a lot of time just get y'all to go to our Silk Financial page, but now we want to make sure, because we're doing our podcast, right? We're doing our podcast from Ray's Corner Live on YouTube. We're officially getting our podcast starting on Tuesday. Going to get our Ray's Corner Live back and jumping on Tuesday. But I just wanted to spend some time and talk with you guys and share some of the things that we're going to go through. You know, of course, we're going to be talking about economics. We're going to be talking about politics. We're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. Things that's going to grow us in our community. One of the things that I know we have to really talk about, and before we can even get into anything, is shifting of our mind, our mindset, the way we think about certain things, the way we think about entrepreneurship, the way we think about politics, the way we think about economics, the way we think about our African American community. How do we think, right? Change some of our thinking, because even in business, right? In our business, right now, there is no problem, especially of young entrepreneurs. Young entrepreneurs have no problem making money today. We talk to my baby boomers. Young entrepreneurs have no problem making money today, right? Gotta let them live. We gotta understand one thing at 63. I do understand this. I understand foundation. I understand structure. I understand those things, right? But I do also understand, growing up in the 60s and 70s and 80s, those strategies are not effective in 2022. So I need the younger people who I have on my team, right, to be able to give me the strategies from 2022. There's so many technological stuff that they do now that I'm not privy of. I learn it as they teach it to me, but we have to start allowing our young people to grow. And we got to start listening to them. And then on the other side, young people, you have to, you don't have to. Neither side has to do anything, but we have to, I'm here to bridge that gap between our baby boomers and our millenniums and Gen Xers, whatever those things are now. I just say old folk and young folk. Keep it real simple, right? Because we both need each other. I need your technology, and in business, I've been in business over 30 years. You need the experience so you don't have to make the same mistakes I make. When you start talking about corporate structure, right? The corporate structure. Your structure, strategy, system, and sales. You hear me talk about that all the time. Talking about your business models. We're actually, our accelerator program, we're actually having a class starting Thursday. What is the date for Thursday? Let me see what the date for Thursday is, because I just be doing stuff. What's the date for Thursday? That is the 3rd. The 3rd of February. We're starting the 3rd of February, our accelerator program. It's going to be powerful because one of the things I do understand, there's a difference between an entrepreneur, there's a difference between a business owner. There's a different mindset, there's a different thinking. When you talk about scaling, we talk about growth. Growth versus scaling, they are two different things. Growth comes with building revenue, but it also comes with a cost. You actually take a loss in some sense when you grow, and in scaling, you want to use the least amount of resources. Growth, you actually increase with more resources, which hits your bottom line. So we got to understand those things. What type of mindset are you in on those things? So we're going to be talking about economics. We're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. What is an entrepreneur and business owner? How do they think differently, right? How do they think differently? When we talk about politics, politics is not it's something that, what do we really know about politics? What hand do we have in politics? Do we trust politicians? How do we take control of politics in our community, in our city, in our state? Some of those things that we're going to talk about. We're going to have a lot of speakers too. We're going to have a whole lot of speakers. And spiritually, listen, we talk about kingdom principles in business, kingdom principles in life, right? Kingdom principles in life. Those things, we're going to break that down. What is the importance of kingdom principles in business, kingdom principles in our communities? So we're taking a holistic approach, right, to reach and change our people, to change the mindset of our people, to get things to a place where we can be totally. Can we? Here's a question: can we be totally self-sufficient in America as an African American community? Can we? And if we can, why aren't we? And if or do you believe we already are? You know what I'm saying? So those are some of the questions. Those are some of the things that we're going to be tackling. We're going to be tackling some really, 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 really good topics. But in order for this to happen, there has to be a shifting in how we think, right? Even how we think about each other. It's got to be a shifting in that, right? Everything's, we can come up with all these workshops, we can come up with all these coaching, we come up with spiritual things, we can come up with all this stuff, but unless our mind is changing, unless watch this, there's two things we have to do. One, they tell you we got to change our thinking, right, to change our behavior. And that is true in some cases. Then there's other cases where we have to change our behavior to change our thinking. What do I mean? There's the lower part of your brain called the limbic. It does not think. It just responds. It just reacts. We've been doing something for so long. We don't have to think about doing it. I don't have to think about cutting the light. I don't have to think about pulling up my pants. Certain things I don't have to think about based on my environment that I grew up in, based on the culture that I grew up in. That there's just a natural response. When I was growing up in the projects in Camden, New Jersey, and when I would go to school, right, we had a different train of thought from the projects to the people who didn't live in the projects, okay? So we came with our mentality of how we live in the projects. Come outside the projects, people who lives in regular communities, quote unquote, rather, they had a different way of thinking. They had different codes. They were growing up with a different culture, and sometimes they clashed. Sometimes you had this thought pattern of people growing up in the projects. They were poor. They was on drugs. No dads. But that was a lot of times that was the furthest thing from the truth, right? But then you also had those same things that you say were happening in the project. There were certain communities that they were happening in also. So we all came into this school. We all came into this place, in high school and college, and when we go to clubs and all. So we all came with all these different cultures, with all these different beliefs, with all these things that are behavior that we responded to, right, without thinking. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, we have to change our behavior in order to change our thinking. So we got to know the difference between the two. Changing your thinking to change your behavior, changing your behavior to change your thinking. When you talk about business, when you talk about entrepreneurship, when you talk about business owners, when you're talking about entrepreneurship, there has to be a shifting at some point, that there has to come a more corporate structure. I did a workshop the other day on why entrepreneurs have a hard time scaling up. Remember, I said entrepreneurs. That's not age. That's not age. You'll be young, old, an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs have a hard time scaling up. Why? Because an entrepreneur does not know what it don't know. I tell my team all the time, it's my job to, when I'm talking to you about our Silk, our fintech company, or our business incubator, or our POD program, which is our housing program, or our discipleship program for guys coming out of prison and off of drugs, it's my job really to tell you what you don't know. People will come and ask you, even in selling, or they want to come and purchase your product, but do they really know what they really want from your product, right? So it's my job to tell you listening to what you're saying, what is it, if I'm the SME, subject matter expert, or small business expert, whatever you want to call it, right? It's my job to tell you what you don't know and what you really need. Because we as a customer, as a client, I have a need. And I will tell you all the time, look, as an entrepreneur or a business owner, solving an identifiable problem that adds value to a client where cost is not an issue. So it's my job when I'm talking to you. A lot of times I hear people how they do sales pitches, and people do whatever they want. That's just, there's many sales techniques, many situations. You got to find the one that's best for you. But we do need to have a responsibility to let that customer know exactly what we do that will solve their problem. Okay? So, Ray's Corner Live is going to be dealing with issues like that. Wow. Okay. I got things falling apart here. But I know what happened. I see what happened. I wonder where that came from. But look, so those are some of the things that we're going to be dealing with here at Ray's Corner Live, right? Guess. Oh man, guess that's going to be off the chain. Off the chain. Guests are going to be off the chain. So look, I'm going to get ready to get out here. This you got Ray coming to you live all the way from here. Where it's here, right? Cheer! And like we always say here at Ray's Corner Live, God loves you and I love you. And guess what? It ain't nothing you can do about it. And they say in New Orleans, you heard me? Baby, holla, peace out.
What's up, It's your nephew, L.A. Mars. We gonna do it one time for the people like this. Ray's Corner Live, Ray's Corner Live. Never be surprised that Ray is on the rise. Never be a fool, take it from the rise. Instagram, Facebook, Ray is going live. From Canada across the world, you can see that he's beneficial. Never the same topics, he's speaking on different issues. Preaching at different churches and speaking at different venues. Ray is that living proof that Jesus is really with you. Controversial issues, he gon' talk about it. Without